Scrambling for bigger guns and heavier firepower is the name of the game these days. Each side has been feverishly tinkering away trying to find that last ounce of power to outdo the others. Reasonable limits have been brushed aside to make room for what's actually possible. This is the sport side-by-side arms race, and if the victor was chosen only based on the size of their cannon, Can-Am would have already won. But having a bigger gun doesn't always mean inevitable victory. You've got to be able to aim it, fire it, and hit your marks with extreme precision. So the question is the Maverick just a bigger gun, or is it the sports side-by-side endgame? At 101 horsepower, the simple truth of the matter is that the Maverick had better feel good when you hold it open. And it doesn't disappoint. From a standstill on dry pavement, the Maverick will actually pull its front wheels off the ground. As the clutches continue to pinch Kevlar harder and harder, all of those 101 ponies keep pulling you back in your seat till you look down and realize you're doing well over 70 miles an hour. Does this feel a bit unnerving? Heck yes it does. The Maverick is the first side-by-side I've ever driven that accelerates so fast, I often find myself going faster than I intended to when it comes time to stop. Lucky for me, the Maverick is more than just a big motor. Its superb ride and handling characteristics have saved my bacon more than once. With great power comes great responsibility, and the Maverick is as responsible as they come in the ride and handling departments. Its 14 inches of front and rear travel are damped by an excessively massive set of Fox coilover remote reservoir piggyback shocks, soaking up hits like a ShamWow and transferring nearly zero impact to the driver. Whoops and sharp edges are where the Maverick's all-new torsional trailing A-arm rear suspension really shines. You'll find yourself bracing for chassis rebound and rear-end pogoing that never happens. At first glance, the Maverick looks like a big beast of a vehicle. This is largely because it is. It's also one of the most stylistically aggressive side-by-sides we've ever laid eyes on, with sharp, aggressive, angular lines and wide, tall wheel wells and fenders. It's so imposing in stature, it literally dwarfs the Razor XP. There's only two things about the Maverick we're not 100% on board with. Its upright seating position, borrowed from the more recreational-focused Commander, is not ergonomically correct for hard, pure sport riding. The more laid-back kart-style seating found in the Razor and Wildcat allows your whole body to absorb impacts in hard landings. In the Maverick, those impacts are transferred through your butt straight up your back. It's mind-boggling to think that Can-Am would produce a vehicle this wide, with this much travel, capable of so much speed, so focused on ultimate performance, and then not include power steering. It handles fine at trail speeds, but you'll be sore after an afternoon of winding through slower, tighter trails. You'll also find you're holding onto the steering wheel extra tight so it doesn't get ripped out of your hands when one of the super widely spaced wheels grabs a rock or root on the side of the trail. So is the Maverick just a bigger gun designed to blast the competition into oblivion? We don't think so. We think the Maverick is more of a laser-guided missile wrapped in the industry's most innovative side-by-side chassis. I think it's a mistake to focus too tightly on the Maverick's motor. From its innovative and totally impressive TTA rear suspension, to its aggressive and imposing bodywork, to its high-end list of standard equipment, the Maverick is so much more than just 101 horsepower. Don't get me wrong, it's not without its faults, but that 101 horsepower goes a long way in making up for some of them. In fact, you'll pretty much forget about anything you don't like the second your right foot hits the floor. Its 101 horsepower and 14 inches of travel exceed our expectations. Its upright seating position and lack of power steering are more of an annoyance than anything else, but are more than made up for by class-leading ride and handling characteristics. All this adds up to one very enticing and exciting pure sport side-by-side.